it's Ashley, and today I'm going to be showing you how I do my eyebrows. So I'm starting off with two bare brows, and I'm going to actually start with, it looks kind of dirty because this is Wet n Wild Mega Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. And this brow, which is my right brow, is always the Bellagio, and this brow is always Bella Noche. It never fails. So what I need to do is try to make them look as even as possible. My goal is for them to look even, not necessarily for them to look identical. So I've been using two different products. Sometimes I use both of them together. The first product is my Smashbox gel liner. This is the Photo Angle Pure Pigment Gel Liner in the shade Cocoa. I've also been using the NYX Eyebrow Gel in Brunette. So sometimes I'll use them together, sometimes I'll just use this one, sometimes I'll just use this one, but it never fails. I clean my brows up all the time with the Cover FX Contour Kit. I use shade number 3 and shade number 4. I'm shade G80, so shade number 3 is G70, shade number 4 is G90. So one is a shade lighter, one is a shade darker. So I actually don't go underneath and clean them up first. I just go in and start applying the product. So I take this spoolie. This is by e.l.f. You can get this at the drugstore or Target for a couple of dollars. And I'm just going to brush my brow hairs in the same general direction. And for this tutorial, I'm actually going to use the gel liner, and I just crank the product out and run it on the back of my hand. And if you want to use a gel liner like I do, you can use the e.l.f. cream liner in the shade brown. You can get that at Target or the drugstore, anywhere that they sell e.l.f. products. It's only about $3. And then you can pick up a flat angled brush. You can get a flat angled brush from e.l.f. I love e.l.f. products, you guys, if you can't tell. Or Sonia Kashuk has them, or wherever you go, like Ulta, Walmart, Target, they're gonna have just like their store brand brush line that'll carry just a flat angled brush. So I'm going to just fill in my brows working towards the tail area. So I'm just filling in those sparse areas. I do get my brows threaded and I go to the dermatologist. I did get eyebrow injections, but there are other topical items that I used on my brows. So if you would like a video on how I grew my brows out, just leave me a comment down below and I'll be sure to make that for you all this week. Like I said, I'm just filling in the sparse areas, and because I'm familiar with my brow, I know generally what shape I want. So boom, like it was that easy. This is, again, my Bellagio brow. Now this brow needs a little bit of work. When the woman threaded it just recently, she didn't do that good of a job. So I have a bit of a sparse area to fill in, more so than the other brow. And I have to really work to carve out the shape of this brow. But once I get it down, it's pretty easy. I struggle filling in this section specifically because my brows are actually two different pieces. This main part is like the main part of my brow, but it's separated from the tail end of my brow. It's always been that way. I was born with brows like Raven Simone. Like, I'm not even joking or being shady. Like, my brows are literally just disconnected. So I'm just creating a little bit of an arch. I'm not really going too far outside of my natural brow shape. I'm really just focusing on any sparse areas. So this is what they look like just filled in. I could stop here, but of course I'm not going to. I'm going to set them with my brow gel, brushing upwards for the front of the brow and then sweeping backwards for the tail of the brow. My brow hairs right here are short enough to where I can just brush them upwards and they'll stay in place, but I want to sweep this backwards to slick these tail hairs down because they kind of go all over the place. And then same for the other side, focusing on that tail, just making sure that I'm slicking those hairs down. So now I'm gonna take this brush. I've had this brush since I started doing makeup. I cleaned it so much that it broke and I had to tape this part of the brush so that it won't break on me anymore. I got it from Sony Kashik at Target. I haven't seen this brush since I got it. That's why I haven't replaced it. So if you find this brush, holla at me. I'm going to go in with the Cover FX Contour Kit in the shade Medium. Oh, this is Medium Deep. I'm sorry, G Medium Deep. Sometimes I go between 3 and 4. As you can tell, like I said, 3 is a shade lighter, 4 is a shade darker. Underneath my brows, I typically like to do 3, so I'm just gonna stick with what I know. I like to swipe into the product, press gently down this way and gently down this way. So I coat both sides of the brush, but I only like to press down gently one time because I don't like a heavy amount of product underneath my brows. So I'm gonna start with the Bellagio brow, carving underneath it. You can tap in your product just a little bit as you go, but you don't want to start off with a lot. My dad always taught me you can always add more, you can rarely take away. So you just really want to clean up underneath that brow. As you can see, I'm not really doing too much to the bottom of the brow. I'm really just defining that line, making it look really crisp, really clean. And this is going to give me a highlight, so that's why you never see me use an eyeshadow to highlight underneath my brows, because this always does it for me. So I'm going to go over to my Bella Noche brow. Sorry guys, my lashes are like in the way. Can you like move? So I'm just going, like I said, right underneath the brow. I'm trying to make them as even as possible on both sides. You want your brows to at least be even if they don't, you know, look alike. And then I'm just cleaning up. So I'm just going to take a paper towel and just wipe off the excess product. Sometimes I do go over the top of my brows. I have makeup on up there, so I'm really not sure if I'm feeling like doing that today. I'm actually not going to do that today. So the last and final step is to just blend this out. For the most part, you know, they look pretty good considering what they used to look like. I'm gonna go ahead and take my brow gel and just make sure, you know, just one more time, quality assurance, that everything is just in place. Really smoothing everything out, smoothing everything down. And there we have it. This is my finished brow. The Bellagio, Bella Noche. Because if you can't go to Bella Noche, where can you go? Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and found it helpful. And until next time, stay beautiful. I love you. Bye.